So, I mean, our early Head Start program really caters to, believe it or not, pregnant moms. So it's pre-birth, and then we have infants and toddlers up until the age of 3 years of age. And what we really want to do is foster some different experiences for these at-risk populations. So we have families primarily living in homeless shelters or doubled up with a family member who can't afford their own place yet. And they may also have DCF involvement, or they may have some other risks like a disability. And those are all areas that we want to make sure that these children in particular have the best experiences to develop and learn within the first 3 years. The brain development is very important within those first 3 years, but so is that physical access to outside as well. So with families who are living in poverty, at risk, or in homeless shelters, or in unsafe neighborhoods, these children do not have access to a safe outdoor space. So when we provide a socialization group for them to come, or a childcare setting, that's it. That's usually what they're getting. So we want to give them something different than your typical neighborhood park. So we really have developed some really fabulous outdoor spaces, including nature with trees, making sure that they have the proper surfacing. So infants and toddlers, they're just learning to walk and use their bodies. Some of them are just crawling and then just standing up and not taking that first step. So we've got to make sure that, first of all, they're comfortable with their development. They're understanding how their body works to stand up. And when they do stand up to make that first step and fall back down, they're safe. They're not getting hurt. And then that's going to encourage them to get back up and walk a little bit more and fall and get back up again and try it again over and over again, even crawling, all the different sensory that we have going on with grass, or even with dirt, or some type of a surfacing that is conducive to their learning. So really pre-planning what surfaces you're using is very critical. And then equipment. What kind of a playground doesn't have equipment, right? But when you think about equipment for infants and toddlers, again, they're gonna fall. So you have to make sure that it's safe. So what we did was we eliminated any kind of stairs whatsoever, and we incorporated slides that are built right into a big old dirt grass mound. So they climb that little hill, that little mound with their little feet to go down the slide, and there's no stairs for them to fall off of. They might fall a little bit down the mound, but then they're going to learn, oh, now I know how my body reacts to that. Let's do it again. So they will, by nature, try things over and over and over again to master it, and then just feel confident. I think a lot of us can remember our own childhoods, and one of the biggest things that I can remember is playing King of the Hill, King of the Mountain, where you get to climb up this hill, and then you go back years later and it's really not a hill, it's a little mound, but we thought it was like this big mountain. Well, that's what we're giving our kids these days. We're giving those types of challenges. And when you're climbing up that mound, you're using different motor development, different muscles in your back and in your legs than if you were just walking on a flat surface, or even climbing upstairs. You don't have anything to hold on to, so you got to balance your body differently. So you're using all different types of motor development early on before you even like running and jumping properly. So